Welcome to American Times. What's something people don't know about the secret alliances shaping our world? Tonight, we bring you a story that has remained hidden from the public eye, a development that could reshape the balance of power in one of the world's most volatile regions. Behind closed doors and away from the headlines, a secret military partnership is taking shape between China and Iran. This alliance, forged in secrecy, is quietly altering the dynamics of global politics and security. Intelligence sources have now confirmed the existence of a clandestine arms deal, one that could dramatically enhance Iran's military capabilities. This isn't just a simple exchange of weapons, it's a comprehensive transfer of power and technology. Recent satellite images reveal extensive new construction at key Iranian military sites. The architectural style and layout are unmistakably Chinese, suggesting direct involvement and technical support from Beijing. Patterns in shipping and air traffic point to a steady, methodical transfer of advanced technology and expertise. Cargo ships and planes have been moving under the cover of darkness, evading international scrutiny. This partnership goes far beyond the mere supply of arms. It's about building Iran's defense industry from the ground up, enabling the country to produce sophisticated weaponry domestically and reduce its reliance on foreign suppliers. The deal reportedly includes cutting-edge missile guidance systems, advanced drone technology, and the know-how to manufacture these systems at scale. Perhaps most concerning is the transfer of cyber warfare tools, capabilities that could allow Iran to disrupt communications, target critical infrastructure, and extend its reach far beyond its borders. These new assets pose a direct threat to Iran's adversaries, especially Israel. The timing of this alliance is critical. Tensions in the Middle East are already at a boiling point, and the emergence of this partnership could tip the delicate balance, sparking new rivalries and conflicts. For years, the world's attention has been fixed on Iran's nuclear ambitions, but now, this development shifts the spotlight to its rapidly expanding conventional arsenal, raising new concerns among global powers. As China helps Iran build what some are calling a backdoor to military power, urgent questions arise. What are China's true goals in the region? Is this about influence, resources, or a broader strategic play? How will Iran leverage its newfound strength? Will it embolden its regional ambitions or provoke a new arms race in the Middle East? And perhaps most urgently, how will Israel respond to this growing threat on its doorstep? The stakes for regional security have never been higher. The answers to these questions are still unfolding, but one thing is certain. The regional game has changed, and the world is watching closely. In this high-stakes contest, every move matters. The future of the Middle East, and perhaps the world, hangs in the balance. What exactly is China providing to Iran in this rapidly evolving partnership? The answer goes far beyond simple arms sales or outdated equipment. China isn't just handing over old rifles or tanks. Instead, it's offering Iran a technological leap, a chance to modernize its entire military arsenal and leapfrog decades of development in just a few years. Through close collaboration, China is supplying Iran with the expertise and technical know-how to make its weapons smarter, faster, and far more accurate than ever before. This includes advanced guidance systems, precision targeting, and next-generation electronics. Iranian missiles, which were once relatively easy to intercept, could soon become highly elusive, capable of evading even the most sophisticated missile defense systems deployed by adversaries. The focus here is asymmetric warfare. Iran knows it can't match Israel or the US in a direct conventional fight, so it's seeking to level the playing field with advanced technology and unconventional tactics. Drones are at the heart of this transformation. China is helping Iran develop attack drones capable of operating in coordinated swarms, overwhelming enemy defenses with sheer numbers and sophisticated maneuvers. These advanced drones aren't just for Iran's own use. They can be exported or handed off to regional proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon or the Houthis in Yemen, extending Iran's reach and influence across the Middle East. But the battlefield isn't just physical. Cyber warfare is another critical front where China's expertise is making a difference. Chinese cyber specialists are reportedly sharing their knowledge with Iran's Revolutionary Guard, enabling them to launch disruptive attacks on critical infrastructure, everything from power grids to military command networks. Imagine entire cities plunged into darkness or military networks suddenly blinded and paralyzed. This is the new face of conflict, where digital attacks can be as devastating as bombs. The ultimate goal is clear: transform Iran into a self-sufficient military powerhouse capable of designing, building, and deploying advanced weapons without outside help. To achieve this, China is setting up entire production lines, training a new generation of Iranian engineers and transferring valuable intellectual property, laying the foundation for long-term military independence. For China, this partnership is about more than just business. It's about creating a powerful ally in a strategic region. For Iran, it's about securing dominance and shaping the region's future on its own terms. This is a long-term investment, one designed to shift the balance of power in the Middle East for years, if not decades to come. As these changes unfold, the Middle East may never be the same again. The region stands on the brink of a new era shaped by technology, alliances, and the relentless pursuit of power. Why would China risk angering the US by arming Iran? It's a calculated move in global strategy. Strengthening Iran creates headaches for American interests, forcing Washington to divert resources to the Middle East. Energy security is key. China relies on Gulf oil, and a strong Iran helps secure those flows. By arming Iran, China gains leverage over regional energy politics and protects its economic interests. Iran is also a linchpin in China's Belt and Road Initiative, connecting Asia to Europe and Africa. This arms deal is an investment in securing trade routes and weaving Iran into a China-centric world order. China's message? We offer partnerships without Western-style conditions. Many nations find this appealing, seeing China as an alternative to the US-led system. By arming Iran, China is building a new network of alliances on its own terms. From Iran's perspective, advanced weapons are essential for survival and ambition. Surrounded by adversaries, Israel, the US, and Sunni Arab rivals, Iran sees a powerful arsenal as its ultimate insurance policy. But it's not just about defense. Iran aims to lead the Shia world and dominate the Middle East. It projects power through proxies like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis, now with more advanced Chinese technology. The strategy create an anti-access/area denial bubble to deter US and Israeli military action. Precision missiles, attack drones, and cyber tools raise the cost of any attack on Iran. The end goal, push the US out of the region and isolate Israel. The Chinese arms deal is a critical step in this long-term plan. For Tehran, these weapons are the means to reshape the regional order. For Israel, this alliance is a nightmare scenario. Israel's security doctrine relies on a technological edge. The China-Iran deal threatens to close that gap. Advanced Iranian missiles and drones could overwhelm Israel's missile defenses, putting cities at risk. Israel's intelligence agencies are racing to assess the threat and adapt. The fear, precision-guided weapons in the hands of Iran's proxies, could devastate Israeli cities. Israel's freedom to operate militarily in the region is now in question. The stakes for Israeli security have never been higher. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu faces immense pressure to respond. Diplomacy is the first line of defense. Israel is urging the US and regional partners to form a united front. The Abraham Accords are now more vital, creating a coalition against the Iran-China axis. Intelligence sharing and joint defense strategies are deepening among Israel and its new Arab allies. But military options remain on the table. Israel has a history of preemptive strikes against existential threats. Netanyahu must balance deterrence with the risk of igniting a wider war. Every move is fraught with risk. Act too aggressively, and war could erupt. Act too cautiously, and Iran grows stronger. The coming weeks will test Israel's resolve and shape the region's future. The world is watching Israel's next move. The margin for error is razor thin. The China-Iran alliance could spark a new arms race across the Middle East. Saudi Arabia and the UAE will likely seek advanced US weapons to counter Iran, escalating regional tensions. The risk of miscalculation rises as rival nations amass powerful arsenals. Proxy groups like Hezbollah and the Houthis will gain access to advanced missiles and drones, threatening Israel and Gulf states. Instability could spread across multiple fronts, endangering international shipping and regional security. Civilian populations would bear the brunt. Future wars could devastate cities and infrastructure. The human cost would be immense, with mass displacement and humanitarian crises. The region is on a knife's edge where one misstep could trigger disaster. The consequences would be felt far beyond the Middle East. This alliance is not just a regional development, it's a global issue, one that directly challenges the long-standing influence of the United States in the Middle East. The world's attention is fixed on this rapidly evolving situation. as the balance of power begins to shift in unpredictable ways. In Washington, leaders are facing some of the toughest choices in recent memory. Should the US ramp up its military presence in the region, risking escalation? Should it impose harsh sanctions on China, knowing this could trigger economic backlash? Or should it try to maintain unity with European allies, even if that means compromising on its own interests? Each option carries significant risks and could reshape alliances for years to come. Meanwhile, Europe finds itself in a difficult position, caught between its deep security ties to the United States and its growing economic dependence on China. This tension makes it nearly impossible for European leaders to agree on a unified response, further complicating the international landscape. Russia, too, is watching closely. The Kremlin must carefully weigh the potential benefits of a stronger Chinese-backed Iran against the risks of further destabilizing the region or provoking Western retaliation. Moscow's next moves could tip the balance even further. This crisis is more than a diplomatic standoff. It signals a profound shift toward a multipolar world, where the United States is no longer the uncontested superpower. The rules of global engagement are being rewritten in real time. China, for its part, is actively building a coalition to challenge the American-led order. By forging new partnerships and expanding its influence, Beijing is positioning itself as a central player in the emerging world order. Around the globe, journalists, analysts, and ordinary citizens are glued to their screens, watching to see how the United States will respond. The uncertainty is palpable, and the stakes could not be higher. The outcome of this crisis could set a powerful precedent for how global power politics are conducted for decades to come, influencing not just the Middle East, but the entire international system. This is far more than a regional standoff. It's a critical test of the international order, and of the ability of nations to cooperate, compete, or confront one another in a rapidly changing world. The stakes are truly global, and as uncertainty hangs in the air, the world is collectively holding its breath, waiting to see what comes next. Why should you care about a secret arms deal in the Middle East? In our interconnected world, the shockwaves will reach you. Any conflict threatening oil production or shipping will spike global energy prices, hitting your wallet. A wider war could draw in the US and other nations, risking lives and global stability. This crisis tests the international order. If powerful nations arm whomever they please, global norms break down. The world becomes more dangerous and unpredictable for everyone. This story is about more than missiles and drones. It's about the future we all share. Will we choose diplomacy and cooperation, or slide into endless conflict? The China-Iran deal is pushing us toward a more volatile world. What happens next matters to all of us.